Welcome to Barnacle Bob's Kitchen with Barnacle Bob and Julie.
Barnacle Bob, Faja, and daughter Julie. We're back again to create another meal for you. And this meal today is chicken salad made the New England way. So I want you to be ready for this, because this recipe, once you get it, you're going to put it in the safe. So be ready.
And never eat it again. Lock it away. And what am I doing?
You are making sweet potato salad, and you can explain to them
I will.
as you go along.
I will.
And I will
And
be the
you
guy
will. Right.
that takes the knife to the chicken breast.
The knife to the chicken.
And I am going to put it into a chopper, chop it up fine, put it in my little bowl, add celery, onion, mayo, and brown sugar
That's the secret ingredient.
with a little celery salt.
Little
Little.
celery
So
salt.
are we ready?
Except,
Yeah.
while you're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we're going to do the sweet potato salad after you get this going. But while you're doing that, I'm going to peel the sweet potatoes and cut them up. So, I'll be peeling the sweet potatoes and I'm going to dice them. So we will kind of pan over to me once I start dicing so you can see what size that you are going to have for your potato salad. In the meantime, back to Faja.
And Faja is going to be cutting up. So, I've already parboiled the chicken breast. I'm going to take the chicken breast, cut them into pieces so that I can put them into my chopper. And at that time, I will start chopping the
Chop it.
chicken breast. Oh, I love this.
Now, you're bumping there.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you chop it, cut it up on the cutting board?
Well, because it was on the plate, so I said, what the heck? I'll do
but
it.
isn't it like kind of difficult? Like you're running out of room.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do.
And because I'm a non-controlling person, maybe to make room on the plate, you put some in there, the chopper, right? Now, if I was a controlling person, I would probably tell you to do that. But because I'm a non-controlling person, I'm just going to make a suggestion.
Okay. Time to chop.
Chop! It's gonna get loud.
You ready? Goodness, huh?
Well, look at that puppy go.
And I like to chop it up very fine.
So it's like a pate.
And then I put it to the bowl.
Let's tip that bowl.
I'm gonna have enough chicken salad here for an army. Basically,
We can have lunch.
if you're making it for the family, all you need is probably one large chicken breast, because once you cut it up and add your ingredients,
Well, depending on how many people.
yeah, if you're gonna have 15 people to your house, then do 2 chicken breasts.
What I do that too, but I go and I get one of those rotisserie chickens, and usually I get the one that has like garlic on the outside, and then I cut the whole thing up and put it in there. And let me tell you, you're right, because I have a huge mixing bowl full of chicken salad when I'm done. And I package it up and I give it to the kids to take home.
And
there's
to the
plenty
rest of the
enough-
neighborhood.
And there's plenty enough for us for the week, let me tell you. When the kids know that I'm doing chicken salad, the Faja way. They stand in line, take a ticket and stand in line to get theirs.
Okay, you ready? I have to make noise now.
Okay.
Okay, friends. The chicken is chopped.
Finally done.
Now, we're gonna go on to another part of it. Next thing I'll do is take a stalk of celery, cut it up, and I'll put it in there, and we'll chop that guy up. Cut it up to small enough pieces so your chopper won't have to work overtime.
I can smell the chicken.
It was a Florida chicken.
It was a Florida chicken?
Yeah, native grown.
How can you
Florida
tell?
chicken. How can you tell?
How can you tell?
Well, because that's what he told me.
Oh, the chicken?
Yeah. Before he crossed the street.
Alright, so I've, as you see, peeled the sweet potatoes. Oh, one thing that I want to go over, if the camera was on me at any time while I was doing this, yes, I peel towards me. And most people, especially chefs, would freak out over that. I know that my children do. You should see my knife work. But the thing is, you're told to peel away from you, but I find that when I peel away from me, things fly everywhere. When I peel towards me and I take my thumb and use it as a base, I have control and I can direct the peels to one small area instead of,
Whoa!
oh, it's only a knife.
Rinse it.
That's
Oh, by the way, how is your thumb now since you
that
reattached it?
So, excuse me, your wife
Yes,
waving in from behind the camera
yes.
brought up a very good point.
Okay, I'm
Faja.
ready. Yes,
You dropped the knife on the floor.
yes.
So what would the proper thing be to do?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I'm
there
sorry.
we go.
Oh my
Good
God.
job, Darcy. Good catch on that
I'm
one.
sorry.
So, folks, if you hear a little or a light cough or whatever, that is the woman behind the scenes.
Don't
Turn the camera.
Don't turn the camera. Okay, we have been given
Don't
strict orders.
Turn the camera.
She will be the mysterious voice, like the one with Charlie's Angels. Hello, Charlie.
All right, I'm gonna start
You
cutting
can call
up
us
again.
from a telephone.
Here we go.
Oh,
Sorry. That thing that was an onion is no more. It's kind of.
you put the onion and the celery in there together?
Sure.
How'd that work for you?
Not so hot.
No.
Maybe if I.
Maybe if you dump the celery and then throw the onion in
Oh.
there. That pathetic excuse for an onion.
Are you ready? I'm gonna try it again.
Are ya? Oh, it's chopping now.
It's all about cutting up.
It is. And, folks, just so you knows, yep, like I said, should dump the celery. Just so you know, these choppers, especially at Christmas time when they have the Black Friday thing, they cost like $10. In the store normally they may be around 15 or so, but catch them on Black Friday sales, $10 everywhere.
Yep.
And they're awesome.
And do the job.
They do the job.
And it doesn't take much to learn how to run it.
Especially when you're good at banging. How's it looking now?
Looking good. Ready? Here it comes. There is the celery.
I'm going to tip this just a little bit
Sure.
so they can see a little better.
With a very small onion.
Really small.
All chopped up. Really small.
Really small onion. Now, using a really small onion is, shall I say, really enough that, you know, anyone needs. But if you are an onion lover, remember these recipes can be adjusted per your taste. So if you want more onion, use a medium-sized onion.
Can be played with. Yeah.
Right. Start with
Now-
small, give it a taste. If you want more onion, then add some.
As you saw me just wash my
I
hands,
saw you.
I'm going to start mixing this up.
Okay, mix away. How about I hold the bowl?
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I am going to add the mayo to the chicken. Oh, I got it. There's 1 big spoonful. And 2 big spoonfuls. Let's do 1 more. That's a lot of mayo.
Yeah, but there's a lot of chicken in there too.
A lot of mayo and a lot of chicken. And now what I do is just mix it thoroughly. You know, chicken, once you chop it up, and of course you parboil it, it gets a little dry. So by adding the mayonnaise to this, it puts the moisture back into it. And looking good, Bobby. Woohoo!
I like it.
Okay.
That's gonna be good.
Okay. Now, the mystery ingredient, which is brown sugar. It brings out the flavor. Now what you want to do is add the brown sugar to it, taste it. You don't want it too sweet. You want it to your liking. So I pretty much
A
know.
little bit at a time. What should they start with? How much should they start with?
I would say, you know, like Emerald did, a pinch, and then add an extra.
Maybe start with like a teaspoon
Yeah.
and grow from
And then
there.
grow from there. Sure.
Because it also depends on how much chicken you're using. That's why we really can't give you a definite. If you're using 2 chicken breasts, for me, I would go with a tablespoon, mix it in, and then adjust it. If you're only using 1 chicken breast, I'd start with a teaspoon.
Yep. Now just to kick it up a little bit.
Kick it up.
I'm going to put some celery salt in there, which will add flavor. And regular salt. This is that pink salt. What do they call it? Himalayan?
Yeah, Himalayan. That's
Himalayan
all I
salt.
use. It's healthy for you.
Now, the moment of truth. The moment of truth is here.
Upon us.
Now, I will find out, good or bad, how this chicken salad is made out.
Well, then you can adjust it, so.
Sure. I'm ready.
Ready, go for it.
Another success.
Go Fliga.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
ah, my goodness.
Here's a Vidalia onion that I always use in sweet potato salad. The amount of onion depends on the amount of sweet potatoes that you use. I had 3 large sweet potatoes, which calls for a really big onion. And I use the whole thing. Cut it up very, very fine, which I'll show you how I do it. If you use 1 sweet potato, then I'd recommend using a small onion. Start with half of a small onion. See how it looks. If you think you need a little more in there, then do the whole small onion. It's really a visual thing. Anyway, here we go. So I'm just going to cut off the top and the bottom. I'll get that off of here. And I always just score the outside layer and then peel it back. I find it so much easier to do that. All right, so you slice it very, very thin. Husband, if you can get like a real tight shot on this to show how thin we do it. It's really, really super thin. You see the width in that? You want the onion in there, but you don't want like a mouthful of onion. New cooks, I use my finger as a guide, and if you put your finger like right where you want the knife to be, bend it so that it has a guide that goes on top and alongside it. So you're not cutting your finger, but it's almost like your first knuckle here is against the blade, and it will keep you in line to where you need to be without cutting your finger. That's pretty much it. Now, so that we're not bored with watching me cut up a whole onion like this, we have, I don't like this stuff, so I take that out. But we're just gonna cut it really, really thin, almost like mincing it. Because you don't want to have a mouthful of onion, even though you probably will have a mouthful of onion with a bunch of little pieces, but you don't notice it so much and you're not crunching an onion. You just want to add to the flavor without making it the forefront of the dish. All right, so the sweet potatoes are done. They're in the mixing bowl. I rinse them in cold water to stop the cooking process. I have 4 hard-boiled eggs. Right now I've only peeled 3 because, once again, this is per taste. Some people like more egg, some people like less egg, so do it how you like. We're going to start with 3 eggs. We're going to see what it looks like. If we need the 4th egg, we'll go for it. And we have the chopped onion that I did earlier. Once again, this is per taste. This is, oh, I should probably measure it. I'd say maybe a 1.5 cups of onion right now. But once again, it's a visual thing. And then the final ingredient, we call it the secret ingredient, is Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is what makes this taste good. So you could go with the generic salad dressing that they sell at the stores. As long as it's similar, you're gonna have to try it out. But my go-to is Miracle Whip for that. Yes, and they're not paying me to say this. Miracle Whip, it's the solution. Yay! So, here we go. We have the sweet potatoes. I'm going to put the onion in, a little bit at a time. Pretty much cover the top and then give it a toss and see what it looks like. You want a decent amount of onion in there. Now, I would put just a tiny bit more in, which is what we're used to, but you could stop there if you want to, and then put the rest in, see what it tastes like. If you feel that you need more onion after that, you can always add it that way. Just because I know what we like is why I'm doing this ahead of time. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit more onion in there, like that. And now you'll see that I don't have much left over, just a little bit. And it could be that once I taste it, I throw the rest of this in, but right now we're going to leave it out because there's a fine line in onion. So, now my sweet potatoes are still warm. Here's the other thing. We like to eat sweet potato salad on the warm side. Not hot, but warm. We feel that it gives the best flavor. And plus, nobody does that. So when you're feeding people that have never had it before, they'll be like, this is potato salad and it's warm. They'll like it, trust me. But if you want it cold, throw it in the fridge. Now, the way that I do my hard-boiled eggs for this, we like it in big chunks. So I just slice it down the middle and then slice it acrossways like that and toss it in, so that way you have that. Nope, just slice it, slice it, slice it, throw it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to kind of melt together anyway. But we like to be able to know that the egg is there and not have it all mushed up. But once again, that's per our taste. You can do whatever works for you. There we go. Now, before I peel the last one, I'm going to give this a stir and see what it looks like. You don't want the egg to be overwhelming, you want it to be complementary. So, okay, this is what it looks like in there. Some people would stop there. We like a little more egg, so I'm going to peel that fourth one, just because we really have a lot of sweet potato in here. Oh, let me give you a little tip on hard-boiled eggs. A lot of times you will hard-boil the egg and it will stick to the shell. The secret to have it not stick to the shell is once the egg is hard-boiled, you take it immediately out of the boiling water and put it in a bowl of ice with cold water. It's an ice bath. You put it in immediately. You let it sit there for 5-10 minutes and then take it out, dry it off. I just threw these in the fridge after because I did it last night. But you can cut it up right away if you want your eggs still warm. They still will be, but the shell will come off easily. And I'll show you. See, you're not taking half the egg with you, because what happens is you get a little shrinkage. If you throw it in the ice water immediately after you cook it, then the egg shrinks away from the shell just enough so that whenever you get around to peeling it, whole egg. And then last but not least is just the Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is also to taste. Okay, so getting back to our regularly scheduled program, we're about to put the Miracle Whip into the sweet potato salad. Once again, this is per taste. So what I do is I take a wooden spoon and I will put 3 dollops of Miracle Whip in.
That's very dainty.
Isn't it though?
Yes.
And you see it here, all right? And then we're just going to kind of, don't like stir it like you're a truck driver, just kind of fold it in, because you don't want to make the sweet potatoes turn to mush like you're whipping it. No mush. We want to just kind of gently fold it in. And you want enough. So for my taste and for what we normally do, we're going to need one more. I'm just going to get, can you just grab me a paper towel real quick? I'm going to put one more scoop in because there's areas that aren't really covered well, and thank you. And you want it all to be covered well. So for 3 large sweet potatoes, I would put 4 dollops of Miracle Whip in, and then once again, just kind of fold it in. Now don't forget, sweet potatoes are so much better for you than regular potatoes. So, and when you taste it, you will not taste the difference. I promise you that. The sweet potatoes takes on the flavor of the Miracle Whip and the onion. There we go. So now we're all mixed in. This is the final product. So why don't you scoop out the chicken salad, and I'll put a spoonful of sweet potato salad.
What I'm using is an ice cream scoop. And
that looks nice.
Does it come out good?
Yeah.
That'll never happen again.
Wow. You know what you could do if you wanted to get really crazy? You could put some apple slices and maybe some dried cranberries. Watermelon?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could.
I think
any fruit that you like.
We'll have to put two scoops.
2 scoops.
Just like when you go to the ice cream store.
Right.
Okay.
And you always have to get a double scoop.
Okay. Now you go ahead.
And now we're going to scoop out some. Put a little more on there. It falls off the spoon, but
very good.
There.
That looks very pretty.
Does it look pretty? We'll get the egg on top. There we go. So, and then you can put, like I said, you can put some crackers on here. You could put some sliced
tomato, maybe?
Well, sliced cheddar cheese is what I was thinking of, for a little bit of a different flavor. And yeah, sliced tomato. So whatever you'd like to complete the presentation, if you're doing it this way, if you want to just throw it on a wrap, there's so many things that you can do with it, right?
Looking good.
Yeah, so what else do you do with that?
Okay, eat it.
Eat it.
That looks delightful.
Yeah. So, now, we are going to go have lunch, and we hope that you make this and enjoy it as much as we do. What do you say, Barnacle Bob?
Let's hit the beach.
It's a pissa.
This goes back to the 80s by Tone Loc. Go cooling at a bar and I'm looking for some action. But like Mick Jagger said, I can't get no satisfaction. The girls are all around, but none of them want to get with me. My heart gave fresh today and I'm looking deaf, so what's up with LOC? The girls are all jocking at the other end of the bar, having drinks with some no-name chump when they know that I'm a star. So I got up and I strolled over to the other side of the cantina. I asked the guy, why you so fly? He said, funky cold Medina. Ready for this?
Funky cold Medina.
Yeah. All right, get ready for this. This brother told me a secret on how to get more chicks. Put a little Medina in your glass and the girls will come real quick. It's better than the alcohol or aphrodisiac. A couple of sips of this low potion and she'll be on your lap. So I gave some to my dog when he began to beg. Then he licked his bowl and he looked at me and he did the wow thing on my leg. He used to scratch and bite me, boy, he was much meaner. But now all the pools run to the house for my funky cold Medina. You know what I'm saying?
I know it, Faja.
In my neighborhood, breaking down my door, I got Spuds McKenzie, Alex from Stroh's. They won't leave my dog alone with that Medina pal. I went up to this girl. She said, hi, my name is Sheena. I thought she'd be good to go with a little funky cold Medina. She said I'd like a drink. I said, okay, I'll go get it. And then a couple of sips, she cold licked her lips and I knew she was with it. So I took her to my crib.
Uh-oh.
Everything went as well as planned. But when she got undressed, Sheena was a man.
Oh, no.
So I threw him out. I don't fool around with no Oscar Mayer wiener. You must be sure that the girl is pure.
Cold Medina.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no plans with a man. This is the 80s and I'm down with the ladies, you know?
I hear you, Paja. Break it down.
All right, now, you got to kind of loosen up a bit. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for the big finale.
You gonna do it?
I'm going to do it.
You got a lot to say?
You better believe it. Almost ready for it.
I gotta dance like you.
Ready. Back in the saddle, looking for a little affection. I took a shot as a contestant on the Love Connection.
Boom.
The audience voted, and you know they picked a winner. I took my date to the Hilton for Medina and some dinner.
Ooh.
She had a few drinks, and I'm thinking soon when I'll be getting. Instead, she started talking about plans for our wedding.
Ooh, the bachelorette.
I said, wait, slow down, love, not so fast. Say, I'll be seeing you. That's why I found you don't play around with a funky queen Medina. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you, Paja.
The Medina's a monster, y'all.
Funky Cold Medina.
You got it. Boy, I bet that onion is pretty well chopped.
Yeah.